Welcome back to Battle for Greyport, and I have a couple of little corrections to make. One of them is I mentioned it in the video that Bryn should be down to 9 health, so I've marked him down to 9. The other one is the market district says play with the top card of the item deck revealed. That's kind of an ongoing thing for the market as long as the market's not destroyed. So this card should be revealed. I know in previous episodes I didn't do that. And the reward is this top card will remain revealed for the rest of the game, which would be in the next encounter. So we are going to reveal this. Wand of Flame, a gold card, yellow plus 2 damage, splash 3. Wow, so that's a pretty good item to be having revealed. So just to clarify that. Alright, we are going to come right back. We're going to be starting with Bryn the Boatswain. We have a two-headed giant sitting with him. We have the Gorgon over here sitting on Chronos the Mage, and we have a Harpy and a Shellback. The Market District only has 2 life remaining, so we are going to have to pull the Harpy away or we're going to lose it. So we're going to come right back, and we're going to have Bryn take his turn. Alright, so it's Bryn's turn. We can each play a hero with an item attached. We are going to use the taunt for Bryn. He is going to taunt the Harpy down to his area. And that does not look too good because it's 2 damage and 1 plus a curse card from the two-headed giant. Now we have to figure out what it is we want to do. And I think because it's Bryn's turn, he may as well go ahead and use the dagger on himself, which is going to be, he's going to be rolling a green die plus a yellow die. He's dual wield, so he can put 2 items in hand, but he does not have 2 items, so we're not going to be able to do that. And he gets cleave, which means he's going to be able to hit an additional monster. So he's going to be able to, whichever one he attacks, none of them is a tank. The other one, they're both going to get the damage. So a green and yellow, so that's pretty awesome as far as damage potential goes. So I quite like that. Get his cards organized here a little bit better, so I got some room. So that's going to be what Bryn is going to play. Now I think I'm just going to roll that up, because if I wipe these guys out, that'll make the decision on what Chronos wants to play as far as his attacks go. So we are going to attack the two-headed giant with Bryn using the dagger. So let's, I'm going to get out the dice here, and we're going to roll that up and see how much damage he can do, and it's going to be damage done to both of them. Okay, so we're going to have a green die, and we're going to have a yellow die, and we're going to roll them up, and we're going to do that damage to both. We are attacking the two-headed giant and the Harpy with our cleave ability. Come on, Bryn, do your stuff. And he rolls. All right, that is most excellent. 8 damage. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 8 damage is enough to kill the two-headed giant. Wow, just took him out. That is really, really fortunate for us. We also put 8 damage on the Harpy. 3 more damage to the Harpy. The Harpy will be eliminated. So that was a very excellent attack from Bryn the Boatswain with the dagger doing cleave. So that was a pretty good item, a pretty good attack from him. Now I have to decide what we want to do with Chronos. What does Chronos have? Chronos has the Fire Mage. We want to try to do 3 damage. We don't want to blow a really, really good cards either. So I'm going to have to think about this, how to do this, and then we're going to come back with a decision. Okay, what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to actually have Chronos himself do the attack on the Harpy. The reason being, he does get to, he can do a wield, but I'm not going to give him any items or anything. It says you may re-roll any single die, so he can roll the white die twice. We're looking for 3 damage to kill the Harpy. And I think that's the best way to do it. All the other cards I have here are kind of overkill, or we have to play, you know, powerful items with the Acolyte. The Acolyte could play the Attenuating Ring doing 3 damage, but I want to save that for a later turn. So Chronos is going to play himself, which means he's going to be exhausted. He won't refresh at the end of this turn, but he does get to roll the white die. We're looking for a 3+ damage, and he gets to re-roll it if he doesn't get it. So he rolls a 1. So obviously we're going to re-roll that. Come on. And off screen He rolls, damn it, a 2. So I rolled a 1 and a 2. That takes the harpy to 10 damage. That is not enough to take it out. Oh man, that sucked. That's just bad rolling. Rolling a 1 and then a 2. Huh. Alright, well that's the end of our heroes playing one hero each. So I'm going to put Chronos underneath his draw deck because he's exhausted himself. He does not refresh now because it is Bryn's turn. So Bryn, so we're starting on the cleanup phase now. Bryn is going to discard the dagger. He will refresh because he's the defending player. So I will put him back here to refresh. Now the monsters attack. Unfortunately, I can't believe we didn't take out the harpy. That's just really unfortunate. Harpy's going to do 2 damage to Bryn. He's going to go from 9 health down to 7. That wasn't good. The shellback is going to do 1 damage to the market district. The market district is down to its final hit point. So we kind of don't want it to be destroyed, because if it is, each player loses 2 health. Okay, continuing on with Bryn. And so next up, I believe, is recruiting. Bryn has a gold, silver, and a copper coin. So let's go over to the recruit area, and we're going to see which item is going to be recruited by Bryn. And of course, by item, I mean hero or item. So he has gold, silver, and a copper. Now, with the gold, he can get the Wand of Flame, but I think that's much better left for the mage, Chronos. I think he's going to spend a silver coin, and with that silver coin, he is going to get the Elven Bow. And the Elven Bow is nice. It doesn't do any damage on its own, but you play it with a hero, it gets Snipe 6. That's pretty awesome. So he's going to put that into his hand. So away we go with that. And then, of course, the Wand of Flame will go down as an offering. And yes, the top card of the deck will be revealed. We have Tainted Wand. After the fight, retire this hero. Okay, so rolls a white die, and the hero that played this is retired, which means out of the current game. All right, that's the recruiting. Now we go back to Bryn, and he gets to discard any number of cards in his hand that he wants and draw back up to 5. Okay, so Bryn has the Elven Bow, the Eagle Eye Sniper, the Deckhand, and the Ship Mage. He's going to get rid of, he's going to discard the Deckhand and the Ship Mage. The bottom, he can draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And let's see what he gets. Now for his 3 cards, he gets his Curse card, which does nothing for him except clog up his hand. He gets the Humongous Mallet, and he gets his Ship Mage. Okay, that's all not bad. He has lots of snipe ability, 6 and 8. Wow. All right, that's it for Bryn. The pawn token moves back over to Chronos the Mage. Chronos the Mage's turn. Now, Chronos the Mage himself is exhausted. He can't play himself, so he's going to have to be playing one of his cards. So when we come right back, we're going to have Chronos the Mage going. Okay, it's Chronos the Mage's turn. We have 1 damage left on the Harpy. The Gorgon has 7 damage. We need to do 5 damage to the Gorgon to get rid of it. We do have a problem up here in the Market District. It only has 1 health left. The Shellback has 1 attack. So if we leave the Shellback here, it's going to destroy the Market District. So we're not going to let that happen. We are going to have Chronos the Mage taunt the Shellback over here to his area. Now the Shellback says heroes without items can't fight the Shellback. But I have a plan, I think, for that. If we look at... damn it, eh? We have to play Bryn himself then to attack the Shellback. But let's play Chronos first. What is Chronos going to do? Splash. Does Splash work on heroes without items can't fight the Shellback? But I don't know if Splash damage can go over to him. I have to do a bit of thinking here of what we want to play, and then we will come back. Now, the Gorgon is ranged, so let's not forget that. We do have to fight the Shellback first. And so, yeah, I gotta do some thinking about which cards to play, and I'll be right back. And before we get too far into this turn, though, we have now saved the market district because there are no monsters now with it. So we basically get the reward for this, which means the top card of the item deck remains revealed and recruitable for the rest of the game. So we've unlocked that ability for the rest of the game, so we're always going to have 5 items out here. So just keep aware of that. Oh man, now we cannot attack the shellback unless we have an item. So I'm going to start with Bryn. The only item we have, well, we have 2 items. We have the Elven Bow, and we have the Humongous Mallet. And I have a feeling that I should be able to get away with this if I play Bryn with the Elven Bow. Okay, I think this is going to work. So we play Bryn down, and as soon as we play down the Elven Bow, snipe 6. So that's just an automatic happening. So we get to snipe 6. We're going to snipe the shellback. Heroes without items can't fight the shellback. Well, Bryn has an item, the Elven Bow. Bryn is able to snipe the shellback for 6 health. Shellback is out of here, destroyed. That doesn't even take into account Bryn's green attack die, which now he can use on the Gorgon because the Elven Bow gets exhausted with him when he plays it. And now he's going to roll a green die attacking the Gorgon. And he gets a 6. Right on. That is enough to kill the Gorgon, just like that. So that was an excellent use of Bryn. Of course, it exhausts him, though, so he will not be available for his own turn. Likewise, Chronos is not available at the moment on his turn. Now, the Harpy only has 1 health left, and that's really the only thing to attack. So Chronos is just going to play his Acolyte, doing 1 damage. And the only monster left in the entire area is the Harpy. The Acolyte doing 1 damage is enough to take the Harpy to 11 damage, which is enough to kill the Harpy, which means we have immediately now cleared the market district and our players of all monsters. And so we're going to be doing, we're going to be going to the next encounter. So what do? We do an immediate cleanup. So we're going to discard all played cards for both characters. Chronos will refresh now because it was his turn defending. Unfortunately for, fortunately for Bryn, he would still be exhausted, but we're going to be changing to our level 3 characters anyway. So I'm just going to stick him under there. And I'm going to have to consult the rules again because I want to make sure I do this correctly. I am going to move the first player token over to Bryn, though. He will be first player once we get everything set up. So I'm going to go ahead and check how to do end of encounter again. I think right now we go into recruiting cards. We have a gold and copper for Bryn. We have a silver and copper for Chronos. They just go ahead and recruit cards, I believe, until they've spent all their coins. And then we're going to bring out the new district, which is going to be the Red Dragon Inn, and it'll be the final encounter. So let me just double check that, and I think we're going to be going right into recruiting. So yes, in any order, our heroes now must spend all of their coins to purchase anything they can. And I think, wow, we have a, too bad we don't have a gold for Chronos, because Chronos getting the Wand of Flame would be awesome, but he can't. However, Chronos is going to start us off. He's going to spend his silver, he has a silver and copper, and he's going to get Ohava the Grand Cleric. Now, Ohava the Grand Cleric rolls white die. Play a non-player hero from your discard pile. So when you play this cleric, we just pull a non-player, our non-hero character from the discard pile. So of course we have to replace this with, and we get, oh, Sabrina the Pious. Sabrina may use magical items. This is most awesome. The reason it's awesome is because Bryn has a gold coin, which he will promptly spend. As I throw it on the floor, promptly spend the gold coin, he will get Sabrina the Pious. So she can use magic items as well as other items. Cool. And yes, we have to replace the hero with a Swashbuckler. This is from the expansion. Yellow die, once per fight. If Swashbuckler causes 6 or more damage to a monster, snipe 3. I don't know how she can do... Oh, 6 or more damage if she has items attached. Ooh. Then she does a snipe 3. That's pretty awesome stuff. Excuse me. We still have 2 copper coins, one for Chronos, one for Chronos, one for Bryn. Bryn's going to spend his copper coin. I think he's going to take up a broadsword. The broadsword is rolling a white die, just a straight white die, but you attach this to a hero, and it'd be pretty awesome stuff. And yes, we must replace it immediately because we are now always having 5 items available. Lightning in a bottle, gold, splash 5, then retire this item. Wow, that is a pretty nasty splash ability. But of course, all Chronos has left is a copper coin. So he can get the Tainted Wand, he can get the Rogue, Pookie, or the Swashbuckler. I think for his copper coin, he will go ahead and get Pookie. Pookie can't use items, and he is going to be rolling a green die. That's pretty powerful, I think. Is he? But he's a hero character, and we're going to be replacing him with Gog, the half ogre, green plus 4 gold. Wow, that's pretty awesome as well. All right, that concludes all of the spending of coins, which happens at the end of the encounter. So let's go back now. We're going to be revealing Save the Ale, which is the last encounter, and getting everything set up for that. Okay, so there's much to be done. This is the Save the Ale. We're going to get to this here in a minute, but we are going to now go to our level 3 characters. So Bryn the Boatswain, level 2, gets to level up to level 3. And his level 3 now, he rolls a green die still, but he gets +1 damage per active monster. Cool, so that's a little bit of added damage for him. Oh, and we're supposed to, well, we'll do the discarding down and doing the card thing as well. Probably doing things slightly out of order, but just want to make sure we level up our characters because it's pretty darn important. So we're going to level 2 Chronos. He gets, of course, retired and goes to his level 3. This level 3, rolling a white die, dual wielding. You may reroll any dice used in the fight. So not only one, but just any and all dice in the fight that when he is playing himself as a hero gets to be re-rolled. So that should help out. Yeah, so we get 2 health back per character in between encounters, so 7 to 9 and 7 to 9. So we both have 9 health going into the final encounter. Ah, so I'm running out of breath. All right, the last location is the Red Dragon Inn. And the Red Dragon Inn says the defending hero, or the defending player has +1 hero, so we can play 2 heroes per player this time. Player and his party choice may recruit a card from the reinforcements for free. So one player can recruit anything, recruit any card for free once we successfully defend the Red Dragon Inn. The Red Dragon Inn, so let's look at our setup now. The Red Dragon Inn 2-player is going to have 12 health to start with. Alright, so we'll put the 12 health on there. And before we get to pulling 4 level of monsters for both the location and each of our heroes and bringing out Drog, I should say, we are going to deal with our cards. We can only have 5 cards in hand. Bryn's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 6. And I do believe you can get rid of, discard your curse cards. I'm just going to double check that though. I think you can, but let me come right back and with a decision on that. Alright, I don't see anything that says you cannot discard a curse card. So we're going to discard the Ship Mage and his curse card. That leaves him 4 cards in his hand, so he will be able to drop 1 more card, Wand of Magic Missiles. Okay, I don't know how useful that's going to be. However, we do know that Serena, the Pious, can use magic weapons, so she might be able to use that Wand of Magic Missiles. We're going to do the same thing with Chronos the Mage. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 6 cards in hand. Every one of them is pretty darn awesome. And I think, damn it, I think we can get rid of Pookie. That's a green die, though. I think we're going to keep Pookie. I think we're going to get rid of Ohabia the Grand Cleric to the discard pile, which seems kind of sucky, but that leaves Chronos with Pookie, the Attenuating Ring, the Fire Mage, the Sea Witch Doctor, and the Assassin. All awesome cards, plus his own card, of course. Oh, man. Okay. And, of course, if we lose the location, each player loses 3 health. All right, let's get their money out first. They're going to get 2 silver and 2 gold for this encounter, which is the final encounter. So 2 silver for Bryn, 2 gold for Bryn, and the same thing for Chronos as I dig through this bucket here, trying to get out the gold and silver coins. All right, and 2 gold, 2 silver as well for Chronos. All right, now we're going to get our monsters out. So, set up, add Drog, the Troll General, to the location. Oh man, this guy is a piece of work. So he is doing 2 damage, and he has 20 health. If you look here, Drog has 20 health for a 2-player game. So I'm going to use the handy-dandy 20-sided die. Trying to figure out where I want to put this. I guess we're going to put it right here, kind of in camera view, but then we're going to get a bunch of monsters here too, so I'll have to figure out kind of where to put them. I might have to move the red dragon in up some so I can get the monsters underneath, which I think is what I'm going to do. So we're going to get 4 level of monster on the red dragon in. I can probably see the dice there, just barely. So 4 level, threat level of monsters, the red dragon in. We get a 1 level monster, a giant boar. Alright, that's 1. And we get a worm, ambush. The player, this is in front of, discards an item. Well, it's in front of the location, not a player. That's only 2 threat. Oh man, I don't know where I'm going to put these cards. And another 2 threat, that's 4, the hulking monstrosity. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to move Drog up as well, because I'm running out of a bit of room here. Hulking monstrosity. So right now, the damage to the location will be 2 from Drog, 3, 4, 5 damage a turn. Ouch. Okay, now we're going to have to put critters in front of Bryn, and that's 4 level threat as well. So Bryn gets a clay golem, 3, it's a tank. Cursed, doing 2 damage a hit. Wow, so that is nasty. He's going to get, of course, 1 more. Oh, and an ogre. Oh, that's 6 threat level. Oh boy. 2 damage, has a shield. This guy's the tank, though. This is, wow, that was bad luck. All right, and in front of Chronos, what do we get for him? He gets a griffin, ranged, doing 1 damage. 2 level threat. That's not too bad. And what else does he get? A 2 level threat orc warlord, 1 shield, 10 health. The player this is in front of can't draw cards. What? Oh man, that is something that needs to be taken care of, and that's going to be all of the monsters and all of the setup. This is going to go underneath the location, and I'll set that up later. So I think I'm going to end off the episode here for today. Just going to readjust the camera a bit so I can try and get everything in, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, so we're going to wrap up the episode for today. Wow, we're in a bit of trouble here. I don't know if we're going to pull this off, but I always say that, and then we somehow manage to do it. So we have Drog out here, 2 shields, 20 health. I forgot to mention he's ferocious, vengeful, and he has slash 1. So I can go over those abilities very quickly. So ferocious means he follows the active player around. It's basically what that means. Is that what it means? Yes, it is. So he basically follows you around. So he will just go from active player to active player back and forth. He's vengeful, which means if you attack any monster in his group, he will come at you. Which I'm pretty sure, if this monster is on the location and any location monster takes damage, this monster immediately moves to the active monster group. Oh boy, that is also not good. And /1 means, let's see here, when the monster deals damage to the defending player, it also deals X damage to each other player. This is going to be a tough go, a very tough go. And ferocious, it says if the monster is not on a location, when it moves with the round marker every round. In effect, the monster moves to the group of the active player every time. So he is a piece of work. Wow, we have some really nasty stuff out here. We have a cursed clay golem, an ogre sitting right on Bryn, doing 4 damage a turn. We have, of course, 2 damage only. Orc Warlord and the Griffin. The Orc Warlord, though, means Chronos can't draw cards till this guy's defeated. We have a hulking monstrosity, a boar, and a worm here, and Drog. This is going to be a pretty brutal and tough battle. So thanks so much for watching along. This is Battle for Greyport. We're doing the Interrupted Party, the revised version of it, which came in the Battle for Greyport Pirates expansion. And probably a couple more episodes to finish this off. I don't know if we're going to win this. This is the introductory scenario. They've redone it to make it a little bit less deadly than it was in the previous version, but it's still looking pretty nasty. So I don't know how we're going to do. We will find out in the coming episodes. So thanks so much for your comments, subscriptions, and likes. Really appreciate it. Join me next time for the continuation of Battle for Greyport, the Interrupted Party, the revised edition, with Bryn the Boatswain and Chronos the Mage.